So I'm still in Elite Dangerous Legacy Horizons version, and I wasn't going to make another video actually on this one just yet. I wanted to focus on a racing game, probably Project Cars 2, but I thought I was just playing for fun tonight, actually just doing a bit more of my journey back towards the bubble, and I came across a planet, so I thought it might be an idea to have a little look at the performance as we approach this planet and what it's like on the surface as well when we go around in the SRV, mainly because I mentioned it in the last video and I just wasn't near any planets at that time, so I'm going to go down to this one. It looks like a pretty nice one, and look, the planets look better in Horizons as well, the Legacy version 3.8. maybe I'm just being a little bit biased, but whatever. But let me start FPS VR anyway. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we've got FPS VR running now. I'm going to just go down to a random location on the surface. I'm pretty sure this is a landable planet. We'll soon find out anyway. So let's see how it performs as we go down. Still playing at the pretty much same settings as I was in my last video. But it just looks absolutely stunning. I can't deny, when I look out to the front of the ship, there is still some aliasing, a little bit of shimmering on some stuff, but it's unbelievable how much the high resolution display. It's like, because the text where you've got the mast locked, the landing gear, cargo scoop section, which I always look at to see how clear the text is. It's it's incredibly clear, and maybe the resolution itself, because I've mentioned before, I'm running at a slightly lower resolution. I'm running at 50% in Steam VR. It's the resolution obviously that's causing that shimmering, but as I've mentioned, the fact is, so look, what are we on, 1.1G, so it's, we should be okay to land fine here. Where's my shield? Got any shields? But the actual high resolution display just gets rid of any screen door. I remember playing things like this section, landing on planets and stuff, a lot in my Valve Index, and as much as I love that headset, it is still, you know, I've got to do a lot more testing with this Pimax Crystal, but the Valve Index still remains my favourite, I should say, VR headset that I've ever used. But you know, you can't argue the fact that an ultra high resolution display like the one in this Crystal here, it has a lot of benefits really. So we're going to go down to the surface. Hopefully I won't crash, but we'll see how we get on. It's not got too many G's, so we should be fine, I would imagine. I'm experienced, aren't I? He says. See, that's not good. Okay, glide complete. Let's get down to the surface. Let's land this. Actually, I'll just have a little fly around first, just to see what the overall performance is like. We're still easily managing 90 FPS, so we're doing really well in terms of performance. It looks good. I honestly think the planets look better in Legacy Horizons as well. And remember, I'm playing barely on medium settings here, so there are occasional stutters as we're dropping down to 45 FPS now on this bit. Still generally a good experience. Well, I've got to be careful how quickly we drop down here. And there we go, finally found somewhere. Okay, so just landed here on the planet now. Can look around. We've still got a good 90 FPS. Let's see what it's like when we get out in the SRV. Okay, yeah, so it's 45 FPS. It's locking into that reprojection. It's relying on Steam VR motion smoothing, it seems to be. I believe it's using that anyway, but but it's not a terrible experience. So yeah, it does seem to be going into that 45 FPS, but let me go into settings and see if we can get it to run at a native 90 by lowering a few things down. Okay, so the obvious one to do was the HMD image quality, which I lowered down to 1.0 rather than the 1.25, and now we are hitting native frame rates. It's not had a huge impact on image quality as far as I can see. I'd need to test that a little bit more, but this is now a great experience. I haven't lowered any other settings down, just that one HMD image quality, and yeah, this looks pretty good. So I guess that might be a more balanced way of playing the game, having that HMD image quality to 1.0 even when in space. Just seems a bit of a shame, really, that we can't get that 1.25, but I'm trying to see a difference, and I'm sure if I could go literally with the flick of a switch just backwards and forwards within half a second, I'll be able to see some differences, but there's not enough jumping out at me right now. And it's more consistent as well than 4.0. But it still looks great. This might be the way I'll probably carry on playing actually, but maybe I could manage some other settings that I'm not too concerned about rather than reducing the HMD image quality, but we can see what we can do with that. And also, of course, we've got the option of reducing super sampling in game, but then increasing HMD image quality, which is an old trick that seems to help in terms of like a ratio between performance and image quality overall. Some people tend to recommend doing that, so I might experiment with that a little bit. But let's get back into the ship anyway, and we'll take off, and then we'll end it there. Okay, we're back in now, still doing 90, and of course the frame timings and things like that are a little bit better while we're in the ship as well, because we've lowered that HMD image quality. I did take a bit of damage when I was trying to land, as you can see, so let's take off, get out of here, and I'll see if I can make my way to a station at some point. That's the next stop. But let's just quickly see what kind of performance I can get from this. So just going over the surface, still easily maintaining 90. Still looks really, really nice. I think, honestly, looking at that text now, I do notice that slight drop in HMD image quality. It does look slightly more pixelated, but it definitely doesn't look bad. In fact, it looks fantastic. So I will say as well, I'm really starting to warm a lot more to the Pimax Crystal overall. But there is a bit of a knack in getting the headset on, I'm starting to realise now. In order to get the position exactly right for the lenses. Now once you're in the sweet spot, I can't see any distortion, the edge-to-edge clarity is fantastic. It's really on the very, very edge where you're going to notice a little bit of blurring, but yeah, it looks really, really good. And the more I use it, the more I'm getting used to putting the headset on as well. I was playing for around an hour earlier, and now I've been in here probably, I don't know, half an hour maybe in total. FPS VR was started 18 minutes ago. It's probably 45 minutes ago, something like that. I started playing, and I'm not having too many comfort issues. Once it's on, and honestly, it doesn't feel too bad. I don't know how it's going to feel after 2 hours yet, but we'll find that out. But yeah, performance is great, and it does look great. I do maybe want to go up to that 1.25 again in HMD, just to get a slight bit, that little edge of clarity back. But no, this has been a slightly longer video than I planned, but I'll probably chop it down just to keep things a little bit concise on this one. This is just sort of a supplement to the last one where I was doing a bit of performance in Elite Dangerous, the Legacy Horizons, but I didn't include anything that was a bit more demanding like planetary surfaces. So we've done that now, and I guess that's it. But I'll keep playing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.